Welcome to What's Up with Religion Today. I'm your host, Brody Bros Hart, and I'm here with my partner, Logan.
Hey guys, what's up? Our episode today is What's the Difference?
Logan, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about the history of Islam?
Well, Islam began with a man named Abraham and his descendants, specifically through his son Ishmael. Islam is another variation of religion, much like Judaism and Christianity. A couple thousand years later, this man named Muhammad, who was a believer of the Muslim faith and who was considered a prophet, retreated to a cave when he was about 40 years old. Supposedly in these caves, the angel Gabriel came to him for 12 years. Muhammad recorded the words of Gabriel, or revelations, into a book called the Quran. Muslims follow the 5 pillars of Islam: Shahada, or the confession of faith; Salah, or prayer, which Muslims must do 5 times a day and face their holy city of Mecca; Zakat, which is charity; Siyam, fasting; and Haji, the pilgrimage every Muslim must take to Mecca at least once in their lifetime.
Now, let's move on. Now, we're here to discuss a topic that's been reaching even the highest parts of the government: terrorism, and the way some people unfairly associate it with Islam. Most people nowadays know that it is not just Muslims, as some parts of our political parties or believe or try to.
I mean, so many of the parties still even bring up what we're going to be mainly talking about.
Here we will be talking about 9/11 and some other events regarding either mass stabbings or a truck being driven on a bike path and killing 8 people and injuring 12. But back to 9/11. So, Logan, why don't you tell us a little bit more about this tragic day?
Well, about 2,996 people died, along with the 19 hijackers that took over our planes and caused the terrible incident, and 125 of those people died at the Pentagon. This day stands to be by far one of the saddest days in American history.
Ever since this day, we have many people mistakenly taking Muslims for terrorists when there's a huge difference between an extremist
and a Muslim. Now, there have been many other terrorist attacks from Muslim extremists, like the Lower Manhattan attack on October 31st, or the one that Brody mentioned earlier.
Yes, and on this day, 8 people were killed and 12 injured when a Muslim man drove his car on a bicycle path when he got out and revealed a couple of guns and was shot in the stomach.
Now, the funny thing is, though, is that these 2 guns, one was a paint gun, and the other was a pellet gun, and how much damage those things can really do.
Hello, Ms. Sorensen. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
All right. I am a middle-aged high school teacher. I teach communication, government. I have 4 children, wife, happy life. Teach yoga on the side. Love to play golf. My passions are social issues, religion, and politics as far as what I study.
Fun, all good things. So, what are your views on the recent terrorist attacks within the U.S.?
So you're talking about 9/11 since then?
Yep, 9/11 in the recent years.
Okay. So 9/11 was the buildup of years of us kind of ignoring what was happening in the Middle East. You know, we helped the people in Afghanistan, the Mujahideen, we helped them push Russia out in the 80s, and then they ended up kind of radicalizing, and that was the group that ended up attacking us on 9/11. So we had kind of ignored what we'd been doing. We kind of thought we could do whatever we wanted over there and it would stay there. So that was kind of an awakening for us. And to be honest, we actually did a really good job as far as Homeland Security, things like that. We didn't really see many attacks after that. All the attacks, I think almost all the attacks that have happened and been successful in this country since then, carried out by Islamic extremists, are natural-born U.S. citizens. So I think we need to stop looking at this in the same way. The majority of the terrorist attacks happening in our country are people who are born here, get radicalized, and then carry out attacks here that are either ISIS or these groups are encouraging them to do, or maybe they just come up with it on their own. But one of the biggest overlooked things is we have a lot more problems with terrorism in this country from domestic terrorists, meaning non-Islamic extremists, and I think that gets overlooked sometimes.
And what do you think the source of these domestic terrorist attacks are?
There's so many elements that go into it. I think the fact that we have them continuing like they are, it's a copycat effect. People see, because other countries aren't having this issue. Definitely, we need to be open to everything, mental health care, maybe some common sense gun regulations. We need to have everything on the table. Whether you like guns in schools or not, I think if we're going to really find a comprehensive approach to deal with this, people have to be willing to hear the other side. And really, I think it comes down to these people see, oh, look at that person. They did this, carried out this massive attack. They were able to get their revenge. They're famous. They're on TV for a week. Look at all this attention they get. I think it's a copycat thing. And I don't know what to do, because really the only way to do it is for the media to stop covering it the way it does. But then it's also, that's the job of the media, to keep us informed. So I don't think there's really a be-all, end-all. But we have to do something. Because every time there's a school shooting, or a big one, or a big shooting, everybody comes out and says, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. And we don't do anything. We haven't done anything with guns. We haven't done anything with mental health. There's a million things that have been suggested, and we have not done anything.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thanks for listening, and we hope you join us on our next show, Top 10 Reasons the Word Epic is Epic.
Make sure to leave a like and comment below, and don't forget to punch that subscribe button in the face. See y'all in the next one.